Hello, this is Crypto CJ. It's the trade of the day, the Friday afternoon Zoom edition, and we're early today due to a carbon thing coming up in less than an hour. So we're gonna get started right away. The markets have been kind of blah this week, mostly a sideways chop, a little bit of a recovery after the drop down into the 26s on Bitcoin. Let's look at the chart. Okay, you guys should be seeing my Bitcoin 4-hour chart. Can I get a thumbs up? Okay, I think that's a thumbs up. So what I'm looking at, I don't do a whole lot with structures. I do like support and resistance, obviously. Sometimes I draw lines, but usually it's just pretty obvious to me on the chart where it is. So I don't like cluttering up my charts more than they are already. But I went ahead and drew this ascending triangle. Kevin Hokawana of Carbon had something like this earlier in the week that he thinks we're going to have a move. We're going to have a big move, when we hit this, this apex later in the month, in 4 or 5 days. And then I went ahead and brought up an illustration about these kind of structures. So I'm going to go ahead and show that to you. If I can find it. There it is. All right, so you should be seeing bullish and bearish patterns in red. You guys see that okay? I'll hope that's a yes. So what I just showed you is this one here, an ascending triangle, which is usually considered a bullish pattern. So towards the the end of it, that's usually when the market shoots up. Generally, these patterns are 60 to 65, 70% reliable. So hopefully that's the case here with Bitcoin. We can get a move up. But if you guys want, you could probably look this up and find it on Google. I think that's where I found it. But if you want me to email it to you, you guys have my email. Go ahead and send it to me, and I'll respond with this. This has helped me from time to time when I looked at these patterns and took them into consideration in my trading. So just looking for a move towards the end in the next 4 or 5 days, probably on, let's see, we're on Friday afternoon now. Weekends tend to be slow volume wise. So I'm looking for a move on Tuesday or Wednesday. Okay, get out of this, go back to Bitcoin. All right, so it's kind of a bummer. It's 30,000, which I was hoping would be a floor, seems to be, kind of resistance. We can see multiple touches here around 30,300 and drops from there. So it used to be support over here is now turned into resistance. So we're sort of in a difficult area. We don't have much room to move down. So shorts are a bit of a gamble if you're trading leverage. And if we do get a big drop, like a lot of people are predicting, when we're this low and we're essentially in bearish territory, notwithstanding the structure, buying longs isn't, is a bit risky too. So, and with the weekend coming up, I'm going to do some low buy orders just to try to fill my bags a bit. I was interested in the Litecoin discussion yesterday on the CryptNation, the lifer call or the VIP call, and how that's got some new functionality with being Litecoin becoming more of a privacy coin. I like Litecoin to transfer funds between exchanges. I use it for that purpose. I've never really held it though, thinking it didn't have much of a use beyond that. But from what the boys said yesterday, looks like it could challenge Monero and Zcash, and it has a significant history already. So, unfortunately, it's down today. Take a quick look at it. I've got the week chart up here. I was trying to see when the last time it was this low. It's at 68.8 now, and It hasn't been this low since November. It's been a year and a half. So I just put an alert down here around 60. And if that alert goes off, I'll reevaluate and see if I want to pick some up, probably do some staggered, some dollar cost averaging approach, maybe, one buy order at 60, one at 55, one at 50, something like that. Not financial advice. This is a long-term approach for me to try to, pick up some inexpensive coins while we're the fear and greed index is in the teens. This got as low as 8 a couple days ago, so we've gone up a little bit since then. But people are kind of scared, so that's usually the best time to buy for long term. But we're not here for long term today. We are here for short term trading through Altcoin Alert. Let me get back over to that. Any questions or comments about Bitcoin and I didn't really go over Ethereum, but it's probably it's similar to Bitcoin, so I'm not going to do that today. So, well, actually, no, I'm waffling because I don't have a lot of Altcoin Alert stuff to talk about based on what I just said about some of the, where we are in the market, and it's practically a no trade zone. I'll bring Ethereum up real quick. Look at the day chart. Struggling to hold 2000, dipped below. We're at 1966 at the moment. On the 4 hour, had multiple dips below 2000. Looks like we're trying to hold 1900. I'm seeing that as the low, maybe like 1875. So this is a good area to pick up. Pick up some Ethereum. I did so at 2000 and 1800. So, I'm a little underwater now on the 2000, but looking good on the 1800. We'll see if those hold up. If we have another dump and Bitcoin down to 25K or so, this could easily move down to, 1750 or 1700, where this low was back in December of last year. So actually, that's when I did the Fibonacci's. The low is in the summer, yeah, July of 21. So, all right. Any questions on Bitcoin, Ethereum, or the market overall? If not, we'll move over to Altcoin Alert and at least try to set some alerts. Alrighty then. So the first thing I do on Altcoin Alert is sort based on the AA score. And these are essentially coins that have been beaten down or due for recovery. I've not traded this one before. Keeper with looks like somebody wrote this in social media jargon, but KP3R is a score of 90.1. Got it here. It is on Binance. I'm using my trend-based layouts, as I have been for the last week and a half or so, because I don't trust dip trades based on the overall market at the moment. If the market holds and we establish a range, let's go back over to Bitcoin real quick. If we establish a range here between, say, 28 and 31, then I'll go ahead and start doing dip trades again. But right now I'm worried about entering a dip trade and just having it dip forever. So back to Keeper. But if you're more optimistic than I am, feel free to jump in. I've got my 20-minute chart here. I've got my Chandelier Exit with the buy sell. I've got a few other indicators as well. The RSI, I've added a moving average, and that's the green line here. So essentially what I'm looking for is a buy signal from the Chandelier Exit, and then a movement of the RSI above the moving average. So for example, I've got this buy signal here that went off at 12:20 this afternoon, but we're not even close here on the cross on the moving average, so I don't take this trade. I've got a couple other indicators as well, this volume indicator here, and the MFI, which I like a lot. So, and I'm testing this wispy looking thing here called the BJ superscript after Bjorkum somebody. So talked about this once or twice already, but so what I would do in this situation is look for a stronger buy signal. Right click on my Chandelier Exit, once per bar close, and I usually put the AA score when I use it, when I rely on an AA score for an alert, so I can track how I found my information. I think that's really important. It would be reasonable to go out in larger time frames to get a stronger signal. 30-minute to 1 hour would be a reasonable safety precaution. And then we have this buy signal here, 4 a.m. on the 19th yesterday, a sell signal here. I don't think you can short this anyway. So, but if you want on a longer time frame, then set your alert here, maybe on the 1 hour, add alert, CE buy, and then just do what I just described moments ago. But when that alert goes off, it's a good idea to check it with your other indicators. If you don't want to mess with the other indicators and just rely on this one, it's better than nothing. But again, most indicators are going to be 60 to 70% useful. Then you may have to ladder buy if it goes against you. I suggest going in half to a third of your usual amount so that you can have funds available to ladder buy / dollar cost average if you need to do so. Okay, any questions on Keeper?
CJ?
Yeah.
Yeah, on your RSI. When I go into the indicators, I find the RSI, but I always find the one that's improved. And I noticed you're using an older RSI.
Okay, let's check it out. You mean the updated?
Yeah.
I think that's what I'm using.
Okay, then what is
No, I
the
just made
green
some
line
changes.
on there? Is that the
Yeah.
moving average?
Yeah,
Okay.
Here it is, MA length 150. So that is something I do a little differently on the inputs.
Okay, that's why it looks different. Yeah.
And then on my style, I probably changed the colors to what you're used to seeing. I think they're purple on the default, and I just brightened them up a little bit. So if you click this on, you can click a thicker.
Right.
And yeah.
Now, up on the top by your superscript, what are those flags again? You called those flags right there? The green and red flags?
Oh, this is a Chandelier Exit.
Is that another indicator?
Yeah, that's really the main one I use for trends.
Okay.
I like it for the 15.
Chandelier Exit.
Yeah, Chandelier Exit.
Is it possible that you could save that as a template and provide it to us? The whole your whole layout.
Sure. Let's go to. You have my Chili's one. Okay. And I'm going to put this in the chat. You can copy it from the chat.
Thank you. Appreciate it. I'm seeing the moving averages are pretty flat lately, aren't they?
They are.
Yeah.
So
that's really why you don't want to do dip trading right now, right?
Correct. I want to see more up and down movement with dip trades,
Right.
and if it's just kind of going here, yes, that is a technical trading term. Yeah. That's what's going on right now. So, all right. So
thanks.
You're welcome. And if you want to use this setup, go ahead and copy that and probably create your own layout. You can do that over here. Well, you would paste that first in your in your browser window, and then use it to create a new chart layout. So because I may not always have this chilies available like this, I might change it or, you know, get rid of it or something like that. So if you're interested in this layout, go ahead and copy it. And definitely not trading advice. I am testing some of these things. You know, the superscript here I've only used for maybe 2 weeks. But overall, I like the strategy on the trend-based 15-minute and above charts with the Chandelier Exit, which is alert friendly. A lot of indicators are not alert friendly, which is frustrating for me because I don't want to sit here all day. Got stuff to do. So, but essentially is when this goes off and this line is above the moving averages, that's usually a go. So in this situation, you know, picked up almost 4%. That's a good day trade in 2 hours. So, okay, any questions on that strategy or the keeper potential trade? All right, let's see what else we can find in Altcoin Alert. I looked up this matrix and it's got no volume, so I'm not even gonna look at it with you guys. So the next thing I like to do is a long-term sentiment, but we got a problem here in that, well, that's one aspect of this sort. I like to match it up with the Elder Impulse Daily. We don't have anything bullish on the Elder Impulse Daily. We've got one, this game token. I actually did look this up. So we've got, you know, long-term sentiment's neutral. The Elder Impulse scores are pretty good. It is up 10% today. Without the match to the sentiment, I don't know if I would look at this or not, but I did. And this had like absolutely no volume. So it only trades on Bittrex and like Uniswap, so it's kind of useless. So I'll leave that alone for now. So if you're desperate to find a trade, and again, you know, I'd rather you not be, but you can do sorts on the short-term sentiment and the Elder Impulse hourly. So if we do that, we get some more bullish information because some coins have turned around today. So on Zcash and Monero are both up today. And we talked about those earlier when we were talking about Litecoin. On Zcash, we've got bullish on the hourly and bullish on the long-term sentiment now. So this was a little different when I looked at it half an hour ago. Monero was bullish on the short-term sentiment and the hourly. So this is the one I wanted to look at. Let's take a quick look at this one. And you'll notice I'm not going through the day and the hour sorts anymore because we all know the market's been beaten down. We all know that there's room for these coins to come back, and that's why I usually look at those. I mean, it's still a good idea to do it, but it's less necessary now that, you know, we're essentially in a bear market and we know that any long we look at has plenty of room to come back. So back to the 20. So I'm sort of vacillating between the 20 and the 15-minute, sometimes even the 30-minute, like I mentioned earlier. So here we are. We got a buy signal on the Chandelier Exit and a cross, but we're a little late on that. Oh, we're a lot late. That's a couple hours ago. So that would have been a nice trade, over 5%. You know, for an exit, I'd probably use this resistance here. You know, pick up 3.5% in you know, in an hour or two. That's good stuff. That's a good day trade. Plus something like this, I'm gonna, you know, for experienced traders, I'm gonna trade this on leverage at probably 5 or 10x. So I like trades like that. But you know, if you're trading spot, picking up 2-3% consistently, that'll build your balance pretty quickly. Yeah, so you know, it's a pretty easy strategy. Set your alert on the buy once per bar close, so it doesn't repaint. You know, long-term sentiment. Actually, this is a short-term sentiment. and you're good to go. So let's see, I have a note in the chat. Okay, Annalise asking, what is the software program you're using? This is TradingView, tradingview.com. You can get a free version. I've got the max version. I've got a premium. So, but yeah, there's a free version to tinker with if you want. It's not incredibly useful. You can only put like 1 alert on it or 5 alerts or something like that. You only 1 or 2 layouts. So, but it's a real good place to start. I started with the free one, and you know, I've got a link to in all my my recordings. So if you want to find my TradingView link and sign up that way, you know, I'd appreciate it. Helps out the channel. But you know, don't feel obligated. But yeah, TradingView is by far the most popular trading software that anyone uses. So there are a few competitors, but I've never used any. And you can sign up annually. There's always a good sale around Black Friday, and that's when I usually renew. So, okay, any questions on Monero? All right. Let's look at one more. We've got bullish on the long-term sentiment, the Elder Impulse hourly on VTHOR. I used to trade this all the time on Binance. Up 24% today. That's interesting. Let's check that out. I don't think it's in my list anymore though. No, it's not going to be in this one. Yeah, a lot of good movement in this since early this morning. Yeah, up 38. Wow, what a ride. This doesn't mimic Bitcoin at the moment, that's for sure. Sleeping on that one. Any news on this? 5 recession-proof cryptos to buy right now. Okay, interesting. Zcash, well, Bitcoin and Ethereum, can't argue with that. USDC is interesting in light of the trouble with the UST or the implosion of that Luna stablecoin, and then USDT took a little dip, Tether around the same time, but came back pretty strong. It's been trading at 0.9998 for that last few days. So I'm not worried about that as much. And BNB. So it's a nice list. It's not really relevant to why I opened it, but guys might want to check that out if you're looking for some coins to hold. Well, I don't see any news on VTHOR, so not sure why this is pumping today, but it is. If you're using the Chandelier Exit, you know, it's easy to set an alert on it. If you want to catch it, if it drops down to, you know, 0.2 cents, you might want to set an alert to crossing up. So if it dips below support, then it's coming back up, that can be a good alert to get into. So altcoin alert. This was a short-term sentiment, wasn't it? Yeah. So something like that for your alert. Okay, was that someone trying to pipe in? Couldn't quite catch the
yeah,
the audible.
This is Frankie.
Frankie, hey.
Yeah, how you doing, buddy?
Good.
I'm kind of still I guess new to it, but how do you set an alert? Like, do you have to set an alert like in different platforms or different?
Okay, you broke up a little bit, but I think you're asking how to set an alert.
Yeah.
Usually on my computer, I'm going to right click. You can right click anywhere on a chart, and one of the options will be to add an alert. Now I was mostly talking about alerts on the indicator using the Chandelier Exit indicator. That's this one that says the buy and the sell here. So if you right click on that, it's going to prompt you add an alert on CE, which stands for Chandelier Exit. If you want to, it defaults to the buy, but you can do direction changes, or you can sell if you're trading leverage on the shorts. I suggest using once per bar close on any indicator alert, because sometimes they repaint, meaning the price action will flicker if the candle hasn't closed yet, and you won't get the confirmation. So the downside of this is it's going to keep going until you turn it off. So
I got you.
I've got a Google Calendar event every night to turn off my alerts, because if you forget, it'll go off at 2 in the morning and wake you up. So
I got you, buddy. Okay. All right. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. But that's how you do an indicator alert. For price alert, which is what I was talking about moments ago, say at 0.002, if you click on here, one of the menu options is right here, add alert. So this is what I was talking about. Crossing up, I want it to dip below that and cross up, show me some strength coming back. And then that's a price alert. And it'll only give you the option of doing it once, not a price alert. So.
And this is in trading view, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
If I got my maybe I'll put my link in there. So if you guys want to get in, I'd appreciate it. And there's my TradingView link in the chat, or you can email me for it. Okay, so that's VTHO. Any questions on that or setting alerts? Okay, let's go to, we'll look at one more altcoin alert option. See, we were sorting by Elder Impulse hourly. Let's sort by short-term sentiment instead of long-term. And got Beam matching up on short-term sentiment and Elder Impulse hourly. Seller as well. Probably more inclined to look at seller. Yeah, let's do that. That's when I trade from time to time. All right, so on the 15-minute chart, we had a nice move up to 1.8 cents earlier in the day, down a little bit from there. This would have been a nice short. 6%, that's a really good day trade. See the buy triggered, but the RSI, it didn't break, so I wouldn't have taken that trade. The sell triggered, but this line's blue, so I'm not going to take that trade. So on this one, probably going to put an alert on the Chandelier Exit on the buy side. It's a short-term sentiment sort. And good to go on that one. Went through that pretty quickly. And we should look at the big picture. Yeah, seller was up to, almost 10 cents earlier this year. Made another move in April to 7.5 cents. Now it's 1.7 cents. So it's really had a drop from the beginning of the year. It's down 86%. Ouch. So we're seeing a lot of charts like this. That's why I'm not doing the big picture moves to be concerned about if there's room to retrace, which is retracements are how I usually determine exit points. On the hour, look at the sideways chop, but the Chandelier's exits picked up on a lot of these. So if you don't really have any you know, chart knowledge or don't have the time or inclination to learn it, you know, this can be a useful tool. It's far from perfect, but yeah, I like it. Like it was right on the money here, but it didn't get confirmation until here. And I'll do this frequently. I'll set an alert on the Chandelier Exit, and it goes off, and I don't have confirmation really from the other, you know, the other indicators. So I'll set another alert. You know, like this goes off here, takes a pretty big dip down, then goes up again. Well, if I see that dip there, I can set an alert here on my RSI. I'm crossing up. My value is the RSI, and it'll give me the RSI based MA moving average, or the upper Bollinger or the lower Bollinger. I don't have the Bollingers on the RSI. I took them off, but the moving average I left. So this would be my my confirmation alert. So confirmation alert, and so when that goes off here, instead of being in this danger chop, I'm catching this trending up. You know, it's a little late, but having the confirmation has some value as far as you know, making me feel better about my decision. You go to the, I probably would have looked for an exit right here around this resistance, gotten out with 5%, excellent day trade. You know, 10 hours, that's good stuff. That's the hour chart. To be honest, I probably would have been on the 20-minute chart. Yeah. But the principles still apply. All right, any questions on seller? Because I think I'm going to wrap this up. Now that Craig's joined me, I'm getting out of here. So welcome aboard, friend. Okay, Mark's asking, what is the blue line indicator? Okay, I think he means this one here, the BJ superscript by Bjorkum. That's something I'm testing now as an additional indicator. I look at YouTube strategies all the time, probably every other day, and if I like what I see, I'll try to incorporate them, especially my trend trading, because I didn't really learn how to trade this way when I first started. So it's the deviation from the dip trading I like to do. As I said earlier, I don't think the market, you know, is really conducive to dip trading right now, as far in a day trading context. If these levels hold between say 28 and 31, I'll probably go back to it next week. But for now, I'm just trying to catch the trends and peel off a couple percent and make that work. So, well, that's about all I have in today's Altcoin Alert Zoom. For those of you in Carbon, Kevin's webinar is coming up in about 20 minutes at 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 Eastern. And then I'm going to start my webinar, my Carbon webinar, about 5 minutes after his ends. And we'll talk about what he's talked about, and maybe kick around some ideas. So I'm gonna go ahead and stop the recording here. If you're watching on the recording, please check out the opportunities listed in the comments. They help support the channel. And have a great weekend trading. We'll see you Monday.